Hello and welcome. You know what? You might have a CRM or you may have heard of CRMs, but I don't know about you, but my first experience with a CRM was that I had a CRM, but it really didn't seem like it helped me to do what I thought it would help me to do, which is, follow up with people better, have more leads, and convert more customers. And so there was a reason for that. And the reason was that even though I had a CRM, I didn't know how to use a CRM. So in this demo today, I'm going to share with you how to use a centralized CRM in a way that will help you to follow up better, to communicate and track activities with your leads better to lead them to becoming customers or conversion. My name is Jewel T. Lennard, and for almost 2 decades, I've helped major automotive companies, solopreneurs, and small business owners in general to leverage the power of marketing technology for success. And so I'm excited to take that same knowledge and share with you here today. And so what we're going to do is I have a few slides that I'll go through just to kind of set the stage for what we're doing here today. And then we're going to actually go live into the platform that I use, which is Boss Assist. It's powered by High Level. And so there's a suite of products that I've created called Boss Assist. And it's a done for you curated suite of products. So if you don't already have a CRM, then feel free to message me. I'm happy to share, even beyond this demo, the capabilities that can help you to scale and grow your business. So let's go ahead and hop into the content. Okay, let's check. I'm just going to check and make sure you can see the slides. Okay, so what we're talking about today is how to stay organized with leads. So if you ever felt overwhelmed trying to use a CRM, hopefully after this demo, you will feel much more comfortable and you will really begin to see the power of a centralized CRM as it relates to you and growing and scaling your business. So many businesses struggle with staying organized when it comes to lead management. Leads get scattered. You've got some in spreadsheets, you've got some in email threads, sticky notes, social media. They're everywhere, right? And so it's important. And then what happens when you kind of don't have your hands on your leads, even if you may have your hands on key leads, but you may also be missing some other leads. And so what happens is opportunities slip through the cracks. And that's what we want to avoid. So we don't want to lose that potential revenue that we can have with the leads that we connect with. So that's where a centralized CRM comes in. So with the right system, you can keep all your leads in one place. You can easily organize them so you can find them when you're looking for them and ensure some timely follow-ups. So what we're going to talk about specifically in today's demo is using tags and pipelines and show how they can help you prioritize your outreach and stay on top of your lead management. Okay. Oops. So let's go ahead and hop into the tool now. 1 second. So we're going to share. Okay. All right. So let me just check and make sure that that's displaying properly. Okay. So what we're going to start with here is a dashboard. This is a demo system. And so there's demo data, but it gives you a realistic view of kind of how things work. So the first thing is that the dashboard, having a centralized dashboard allows you a view where you can kind of see at a glance where you stand with your business. So what I love about this dashboard is it gives you like all the key items that you need to know. So so we'll just walk through this quickly. So the opportunity status will show you how we're going to create a contact. We're going to show you how it moves through a pipeline today. And so what opportunity status is, it shows you where you stand for whatever time period you want. Over in the right-hand corner is a time period. But the opportunity status tells you how many have I won, how many have I lost, because I know you're moving so fast, converting those leads so quick, you lose track of it. The opportunity value is how much those leads are worth. So one of the things we'll look at when we look at creating opportunity is the value that we assign. So ideally, you want to identify your lifetime value for your customer, for an average customer. So you identify the lifetime of the customer, and then you identify how much they're likely to invest with you over that time period. And that's your customer lifetime value. So that's how you quantify and assign a value to the leads that come in. So maybe if you have 3 different products, but you have they stay longer with one product versus another, maybe there's a different price point, you can assign that value to leads, and that will help you prioritize which leads you follow up with, and perhaps it helps you prioritize which team member they will be assigned to. But it's good to have that number. And then, of course, the conversion rate is how many of those leads did you actually convert to customers. So it's nice to have this visual that says, hey, that's the one great thing on this dashboard is 100% conversion rate, right? So they'll be able to show, you'll be able to see based on your conversions how much money you've made, right? The other thing I like about this dashboard, and these are all customizable, so I can have multiple dashboards. This is just the one we're using today. But also within the opportunity pipeline, which you'll see in a little bit, there's different levels, right? Or stages in the pipeline. So this dashboard lets you see how many leads do you have in each of those stages, and not only how many you have in those stages, but the amount that they're worth. Okay. And then finally, you also can take a look at your stage distribution, and tasks we'll look at later. Manual actions are within workflows a way to interject human interaction within a workflow. So we won't cover those today. We are spending some time on workflows later on in this 30-day blitz. So make sure to check back often, every day if you can, at 1 p.m. For more learning every day in December. And then also the lead source report. Now, the lead source report in this data set is empty because this was data that I just imported for purposes of demo. So I didn't have that populated. But in general, if you're capturing data sources, so for example, maybe you have some leads, some paid ads going, maybe you have some organic, maybe you'd like to track that way. However you'd like to track, you can get the data in that format, okay? So that is the dashboard. The next thing that we're going to cover here is adding a contact, okay? So we're going to go over here to contacts, and we're going to add a contact. You'll see this is a standard view with a smart list where you can see all your contacts at a glance, but we're going to actually add a contact. So we can have a lot of different information about our contacts, but what we're going to do for test purposes, we're going to just add a new test, which is me. Let's call this Jewel 3. So Jewel 12-3, how about that? Because, well, let's just make it Jewel 3. And last name, we're going to put here, and email Jewel at getcrystallized.agency.com. And then we'll add a phone, 248-988-1999. And then you can identify what contact type this is. So whether it's a lead or a customer, okay? And you can also identify time zone. So we are in Detroit time zone. Did I pass it? We're Eastern. Eastern, there we go. And you can also identify communication channels. Now, what I typically do as a best practice, I'm not sure what you do if you have a CRM, but I like to turn on Do Not Disturb for text and email when I first import a contact into my database, because I'd like to get really quality, what we call double opt-in leads. A double opt-in lead is someone who said they wanted to be on your email list, and then they confirmed they wanted to be on your list by responding to an opt-in button in an email. It's just nice to have that double layer of protection so that you're ensuring that you're only communicating with people who you have permission to communicate with. And in fact, one of the things I'm going to be doing in the next couple of days is an email to my list to say, hey, do you still want to communicate with me? Because the thing that you might not be aware of is that when you send emails to people, you, and this is off topic, this is off on a tangent, but when you send emails out to people that don't respond, that affects your deliverability as well. And you want to have a email list that is performing and active. In other words, you should be able to reach out to anyone in your email list and communicate with them. And if you're not at that level of communication where they look forward to receiving emails from you, it's better off not to even have them, to be honest. So anyway, so this is the information. This allows you to turn on channels of communication as you see fit. You can turn on do not disturb for emails, text messages, calls, and you can even outbound calls, and you can turn it on for inbound, which I do. That I get quite a few messages or calls from vendors, and so I often turn those on do not disturb because I just don't want them coming through my CRM. So we're going to save that record. Okay. Now, one of the things that we can do quite a few things in the contact record, but one thing we can do is we can verify the email. So this is another thing that's important from email management. And this is not an email management demo, but there's so many key things that we as founders don't know about email. And so we have potential to make a lot of mistakes. And in the email world, mistakes can cost you money. So one of the things that we want to make sure we do, particularly once you get your auto to person digital long code verification, which comes with the Boss Assist, we help you get that with the Boss Assist Done For You program. You want to make sure that, now that your brand, it's called brand verification. And so your brand is going to be out there. And so when you're sending text messages or email messages, you want to make sure that you're only sending to verified email addresses, because every time, if there's an email address that it bounces or it goes to spam, whatever, you want to make sure that you have the best quality email addresses possible. And so I highly recommend that you don't purchase lists, because a lot of times those lists have leads that are old or they have not been verified. That all strikes against you. So I'm overly cautious on this. So, but what you can do is, for a small additional fee, you can verify the email address right there in the contact record. So you'll see we went from not verified to verified. Okay. And they recommend every 90 days that you verify. I don't really do that. If it's people, and that's a key with newsletters, which we won't go into today either, but that's a key to make sure that you're consistently communicating. I'm really bad at this, but that you're consistently communicating so that you can keep that email list fresh. So phone number, date of birth, contact source, and you can actually customize all of these sections. So this general info section and this additional info section are sections that can be created by you. I have several of these in my actual location instance for things like survey responses, or say you have a particular product grouping where you need specific information. You can store all of that right there in the contact record. Other things, courses that are offered, there's a client portal, so you can, I'm off into a product demo, so let's stop. But here's that do not disturb we talked about. You can also, it's nice to have a contact record there where you can send email. There's also some WhatsApp integration. There's some SMS, and there's tools and templates. So everything that you need can be right there at your fingertips with a centralized CRM. So we can attach files. We've got some emojis. We can insert snippets, which are basically HTML letters and email text that you can put into an email. Let me see if I have any here. Okay, so for example, here's a sample one. And so because we have a virtual demo, so you can actually use stored text, different things that people ask you about for your business over and over and over again. You can create standard replies. And so you or your team, you can maintain that consistent communication, and you don't have to have one team member say one thing, another team member says something else. No. You have a snippet that they can use. They can send out right from the contact record to ensure that your brand is protected with consistent information. Okay. The same thing as you can actually request payments from here. If you have a CRM that has payment integration like this one, you can also request payments, and there's additional features here. These are custom values. So for example, if you wanted to have something variable, so like say, for example, the payment link, or you want to send an invoice. All those types of things can be sent via the custom values. Okay. So that's this area. And you can also schedule these. So say, for example, you don't want to send the email out right now or text right now. I need to enter a message. So let's see, just pick one, anything. You can also schedule your messaging. This helps with time management. Maybe you're pulling, maybe you're pulling it, not pulling an all-nighter, but maybe you have a window of time that works best for your schedule. Maybe it's 8 to 9 p.m. after the kids are asleep or after you've had dinner with your wife or husband or whatever. And that's your time to follow up with clients and things like that. You can do your work in the time window that works best for you and then schedule it to go at a time that works best for your client or your customer, or a time that you know that they'll be likely to check email. And so you can schedule that all here. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? So then, and then the other thing is here over in this third panel. So remember, the first panel is kind of your information panel. Second panel is for communication. So any text, emails, voicemails, images, any interaction that happens between you and your client will be in, or lead will be in this window. And then finally, this is kind of like the worker section of the client record. Here you can track activity. So first attribution is here, but say for example, this particular lead went to email, went to your landing page, clicked on a form, all that will be here. And this is my first time doing this demo. We need to add some additional visuals so you can actually see how that works. Okay, this is in the demo instance. So here you can add tasks. So let's go ahead and add a task because the tasks actually show up over on your dashboard. So you'll be able to take a look right there in your dashboard and see what tasks need to be performed for this particular client. So to add a new task, so say for example, we can say follow up per request for demo, right? And you can say maybe this particular client wants to have a really realistic product demo. So they were going to provide a file that has some actual data from their business. So you can say maybe this is a follow-up date provided by client to obtain test data for custom demo, okay, for example. And then you'll have the date. You can make, this is not a case where it will be a recurring task, but perhaps you want to do a weekly check-in with a client, or you want your team to do a weekly check-in with a specific client. Then you can use recurring tasks to be able to schedule those out, set it and forget it, right? You only have to remember to tell them one time, and now they're set up for success, okay? The other thing is you want to make sure that you're assigning the tasks. Let me just make sure I'm still broadcasting. Okay, good. And actually, let me do this so you can see, because it's a little hard to see. Okay. Now, you want to make sure that you are assigning the task to a user. So you can add a due date. Wait a minute. So you can add a due date here. Let me show you that. So you can have a specific date and time. This is 24 hours. So whatever time you want to have to follow up, you can set that. Okay. And then you have to select an assignee, because the permissioning, the roles and permissioning within the platform will restrict access. If you can have it set to restrict access to only certain records. So the demo is set to restrict access to only those records that are assigned to the demo. So if maybe you have 3 or 4 different team members and they have different functions. Maybe one does sales, one does other follow-ups. Maybe someone has a different reason, or maybe you have a sales team that you want to kind of manage and own their own sales leads. Then they can be set up in the platform to only be able to see those leads that belong to them. Okay. And so you can assign tasks to different people. So here I'm in the demo account. So I'm going to assign this to GCA demo account. And the contact here is Jewel 3. Okay, so we've added that task, and we're going to look later on and see where it goes. So this is super, super convenient. You're a busy founder. You've got a small team. You just need to be able to, share the direction or instruction, move on to something else. So this makes it really, really easy to accomplish that. And then what's nice is you can still see everything, right? As a founder, if you wanted to see all the tasks that are available, you will have permissions to see everything, even though your individual team members will be looking at their individual records. Okay. The other things real quick that you can do here is you can take notes. So say, for example, you can say, well, Tom, say Jewel 3 seems very, oops, is a great gal, seem to really enjoy the demo and definitely can benefit from some enhanced CRM features like the permissioning of team member access. Okay. Let me just check and make sure you're still seeing me here where you're supposed to. Okay, awesome. Now, so we can save that. So you've got the note there. So say, for example, you have some notes. Say you have a sales team, they're meeting with their clients, they're handling their client relationship, but maybe you have a meeting with them and you have some conversations. You can go into that record, share the notes from your conversation, so your team member will always be apprised of the conversations that have taken place. And so they can just go ahead and check it out on their phone so that they, whenever they're about to have a meeting, so everyone is in sync, everyone knows what's going on. If they have questions, they can come to you and ask before their next client interaction. Okay. So that makes it look like you're really polished, really professional. The team is all on board. There's no, there's no Laurel and Hardy action going on. And so that builds confidence with your client and your team. Okay. And then here, the other things we can do is we can schedule appointments directly here from the client record. Now, I don't have any calendar set up in the demo yet. That's a to-do for me. But you can set up multiple calendars. And so you can say, for instance, as a demo, you can set up the actual appointment right here. And then with appointment reminders, they can receive reminders of the appointment, follow-up information, if it's a certain type of appointment. So say, for example, it's a demo appointment and you want to have them to bring some current data or some current images or some current information, you can set up a follow-up sequence so you can let them know, 2 days before, 1 day before, a week before, so that they have an awareness of what to expect. So that's really nice. And then we have here now documents. So within the platform also there is if you have a platform that has this, I'm not sure, but the other thing you can do with a centralized CRM is send documentation. So say, for example, you're a coach or a consultant, you have agreements that you need to send to people. You have different tools and things that you want to share, not in your community group, but you want it for the individual. You can do that here and retain the history of it so that you have it. So you can add information here. You can add a file. I want to, let's see, what do I have here that I can add? Okay, so I don't have any documents I want to add here. I guess I could upload something from let's see, let's upload something, anything. Here you go. All right, so you can upload that file. And I had trouble with this yesterday. I don't know what I'm doing here, but that's happening. Let's see, search. There we go. Okay. So you can see now imagine this, all of the documents you need. Okay. For this client available right there. So for example, you don't have time to share a certain document, a profile, an image, an article you found about a client or a potential client with your team, your sales team. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. You can upload this document right here at 3 a.m. and then your team member will have all the information right there. This is awesome to have that ability. Now I'm gonna hurry up because now I've been talking too long. And then you can also You can request payment. If you have payment integration set up, you can request payment here. This feels like a product demo. It's really not meant to be. And then you can also do associations. So connect, say you've got 3 different connections at a particular client. You can do associations, and you can also share those contacts with others. Okay, so that is setting up a contact. I spent way too much time on that. How are we doing for time? Okay, so I'm going to let's see, we talked about, let's go ahead and add a couple tags here. I'll show you that real quick, and then we'll wrap this up because I know time wise, let's see. So here we can have tags. We can say new client. We can add a tag new client. We can add a tag CRM demo. And you can have as many tags as you want. So you might want to tag they've been to Boeing. Maybe you want to see how many clients have been into a particular area. You're a travel agent, and you want to see how many people have been to specific areas. So if someone calls you and one of your clients wants a referral for a place in Boeing, you can go to your CRM, look up Boeing based on the tag, and then give them a referral for someone that they can contact to have a conversation about that location. Just one of many practical ways that you can use to be able to leverage a centralized CRM. So we're going to hop on out of here and speed this up. So, okay. What we're going to do is go to contacts again. Let's see. Oh. Okay. Now there's our contact here, Jewel 3. Now, so we looked at the dashboard. Let's go back to the dashboard and let me show you that when we added that task for Jewel 3, it also is here in your dashboard, right? So you could have the tasks of your whole team. You can have pending or completed tasks. So imagine this. You're running your business, right? As founders, you're busy. You're running, doing the things you need to do with business development. You've got 2 salespeople and you've got someone else. You can actually they can assign those tasks, and you can take a look at those tasks on your mobile device and see which ones are completed. And for ones that are completed, that are not completed, you're concerned about, you can reach out to those team members and say, hey, what's up? So just having the power in the palm of your hand to understand like what's going on with people, what's going on with the business without having to be in the mix is really a time saver. And then let's go, man, I'm really behind. So let's go then we'll go real quick to contacts to show how the tags work. So what we can do with this listing is a smart list. We can search for any component that's here, okay? So since we're talking about tags, we're gonna look at filters, and then we'll go to tag. And then we wanted a tag, I think we said CRM demo, right? There's only gonna be one record show up. But we can do that, and then we can apply that tag, and guess what? It's only me, Jewel 3, because that's all we had. And then you can save this as a smart list. And so having a centralized CRM, say, for example, you do events all over the US, you're going to be doing an event in Detroit, okay? You can go and then filter by location, because you've been capturing geography in your centralized CRM. And then you can create a list that is just for that group. And then you can use that list to target any email, any messages, any communication, any appointments. You can target that list. Now, if you want to go back, you just want to see the total list again, then you can just clear the filter out. Here, let's see. You can just clear out the filter, right? And then you get everybody again. So no one ever goes anywhere. They're always there, but you can have multiple lists, centralized CRM, multiple lists for more detailed targeting, okay? Now, finally, I'm going to hustle up because I'm behind here a little bit. And finally, let me just make sure you can still see the screen. Awesome. And so let's go ahead and look at opportunities, because this is the powerhouse of helping you to track. So remember when we were out on the dashboard, We could see our opportunity status. We could see the value of the opportunities in the pipeline. We could see the conversion rate, how we're doing in terms of that, and also how many leads were in the funnel. Well, when you go over to opportunities, here is where the details are. Okay. So, and actually, I should have added myself as an opportunity. So actually, let's do that. So let's go back to the contact record here and show you how to add an opportunity. So on the contact record, let's add an opportunity. So here, opportunities will allow you to, we can add. And so it automatically took all the detail. So if you think of the sequence, you meet a new lead, you have a conversation, you identify that they may have an interest in one of your products. Now they become an opportunity. So you may have had them in your centralized CRM for 6 months, maybe, who knows how long. But as soon as you're comfortable and you feel like, oh, okay, I think they're interested, then you can begin to track them as an opportunity. So here, it automatically populates this record with the opportunity and puts it in the sales pipeline in the new lead stage, tracks it as open. You can assign an opportunity value. Okay, so let's say Jewel 3 is a big shot, right? And then you can assign it to a member. You can enter their business name. And then add followers. So you can add any other team members. So say, for example, you have an operations manager. And so as soon as something is marked sold, you need to jump into action to onboard that client. You can add your operations manager here and they can see what the status is in the pipeline so they can have an awareness of what's coming down the pike, right? Okay, so, oops, I didn't save it. Okay, wait. All right. So that's nice. So, okay, let's do. Okay. Let's add zeros just for the sake of fun. Okay. So then, and then you can enter an opportunity source. It's, let's make it a cold lead. And then you can add additional tags. So any additional tags, any additional information that you learn, because, like the old McKay 66, you want to learn as much as you can about your leads so that you can provide better service, so you can be more aware of what's going to help them. And so you can add as many tags as you want. So you can add new tags here that says, rock star. Jewel is a rock star. Oh, rock star. Okay, that's easy if you, wait, did it go? Okay, add rockstar. You can create tags on the fly. If you think of something new, you can add a tag. I don't recommend that just for organizational sake. I think it's a good idea for you to have a way to, like a, what do you call it, taxonomy, to actually track how you want to display information. Because sometimes if you put too many leads all over the place, it can just be too much. But I mean, too many tags. But then again, as long as you can search, I guess it doesn't matter. It's just like my own personal preference. Okay, so now we're going to actually create the opportunity. It says communicate. It's successful. We got the notification over there. And then you can also add and manage fields. So you could add different, these are the custom fields that are available. So say there's a field for your particular client that you didn't have, you can always add it later, okay? That's an advanced feature. We won't cover that today. So, and then now let's go to the opportunities. And we should see Jewel 3, there she is, big shots, okay? And we can move Jewel through the process here to each place in the pipeline, okay? So you can, these are drag and drop. Oh, where'd you go? These are drag and drop, okay? Drag and drop. And so you can put these anywhere. And then, hey, what happened to the big shots? Too many zeros? Never. Okay, let's see what happened that time. Anyway, so the point is that another thing you can do, you're busy, you're running around, you're trying to keep track of stuff. You actually are fortunate enough to have so many irons in the fire that you can't keep track of them. Well, right here, you can get a visual, right? And you also have this on your phone. Now, let's see, can I show you the phone? I don't know if I can show you that here, but I'm going to figure out how to do that. So anyway, so this is the way that you can use these opportunities to help you to organize, to prioritize, to organize your team, to have visibility into what is happening with your team. These are all things that are crucial as a founder to keep things running. If you have a small team, you need every help that you can get to help you. And so this is how a centralized CRM can assist. Now, let me just look at my notes and see if there's anything I've forgotten. We talked about prioritizing outreach. We talked about setting reminders. Okay, good. So that's the demo. So let's go back for a minute to the slides and and wrap this up, because I know time is of the essence. So let's go back here. Boom. I'm back. Okay, so let's check out let's switch screens here and see. Take a look at a few final slides and I'll tell you what to do next. Okay. Let's check and see. Okay, cool. So we left off. All righty. So to wrap things up, with a centralized CRM, you can effortlessly organize your leads, streamline your follow-ups, and focus on what matters most, building your clients and nurturing your leads and closing leads. Okay. So next steps. Now, it's possible you may have a CRM, you may not have a CRM. One of the things I notice in the industry as a founder is that there are so many tools out there on the marketplace that it's almost overwhelming. You just have a problem you're trying to solve, and you're not sure which tool you need to solve a problem. And so one of the things that I believe is really helpful is if you know which tools, at least have an idea of which tools are going to help you the most at your stage in business. So if you're starting out, you don't need the same marketing tools as someone who is working on optimizing their revenue operation system. If you're in growth phase and you are working on streamlining your operations, you need different tools than someone who's starting. Or even if you've already successfully kind of fine-tuned your revenue operations, you may be ready to expand your reach. And so that's a different kind of group of tools, someone who's looking to scale. So I created this pipeline marketing blueprint. It's free. All I need is 5 minutes of your time to complete, to know what stage of growth you're in. So if you take this 5-minute pipeline marketing tech assessment, you will get actually a custom report. I should have put the picture of the reports in here, that will tell you for your growth stage recommended tools. Okay, recommended tools that can help you in your business. So when you're going out into the marketplace, you can go out with intention and know at least, kind of what questions to ask and which tools will work for you. Now, if you're interested in learning more about my platform, then definitely just message me and I'm happy to connect with you. We can have a discovery call and just I can learn more about your business. You can learn more about the agency and the tools and the platform that we offer. We can take it from there. Now, just in case you were thinking about taking the assessment, but you don't really think you need to take it, this is what it's going to provide. So it gives you clarity so you can deliver what tools are suited for your business right now, not in the future, but now. It's efficiency because you're going to save time. You're not going to be wasting time and money on tech tools. You know what? Can I even tell you how many CRM systems I went through and set up, before I realized they weren't the right ones? I mean, it can be a lot. So anyway, it's going to help you save time and money. And you'll get a roadmap. So you receive not only your blueprint, but you also receive the blueprint for everyone, for each stage. So what that allows you to do is have a nice roadmap so that you can see, okay, I know what tools I'm going to need, or at least have a familiarity. So when you get to a stage in your business, you can say, oh, okay, you know what? I remember from that marketing report, here's a tool that might help with understanding data or whatever it is. So it's nice to have that. So It takes just 5 minutes to do the survey. If you go to scaleready.tech, you can complete the survey. There's a short video to just show you kind of the steps in the process, and we'll just take it from there. So I hope that this has been valuable for you. I don't know. Oops, why does that keep coming up? I know. Let me see. I don't think we have any questions today. I hope that this has been valuable. In fact, I know this has been valuable. If you've taken the time to watch this either live or on the replay, you are definitely going to be so much better prepared when it comes to CRM selection if you don't already have a CRM, and definitely having an understanding of how a CRM can help you in your business today. So thank you for your time. My name is Jewel T. Leonard. I help founders to increase profitability using high ROI marketing tech to streamline operations and drive growth. See you next time. Bye for now.